Willpower is the key to success. Successful people strive no matter what they feel by applying their will to overcome apathy, doubt, or fear. Dan Millman. Let's jump into these charts. Stocks are down. Everything else is up. Let's look at the S&P 500. While I was doing the live Patreon show today, we actually entered into this practice trade on a down move. We had the STC go from green to red. We were below the 200 EMA on the half-day chart. Remember, on both the S&P and the NASDAQ 100, we are positive on the 2-day and negative now on both the half-day and the weekly, which puts us at a minus 11 for the success multiplier formula. We jumped into this trade hoping to make a 3.32% gain, and 1.66% is our stop. That's where and again, we calculated it based on the ATR, the average true range, which is the number in red right over here. And when I line up, you can see that at the time we entered the trade, it was 630. So that's 630 ticks. It was $6.30. That's how we actually set it. You can see that number in red up there, 1.66. So we went ahead and pulled the trigger on that, pulled back a little bit, or pulled up, I guess, a little bit at the end of the day, not as low as it had been. So we'll keep our eye on things. We can see the STC still moving down. Hopefully this one will work. If it does, great. If it doesn't, we'll of course cut our losses and move on. But over time, as you guys have seen, things work if you obey the rules. Practice trade it, prove it to yourself. That is where we are on the S&P. What about the NASDAQ 100? Did the same thing with that crossover going down in the morning. Jumped in there looking for a 4.80% return, 2.23% at risk. Of course, you can cut your risk down based upon what? Well, those trainings we have in the always, what is it called? The always success formula. Those trainings we've been putting out. If you're not a subscriber, go to chartingwealth.com, sign up for free. Every day we send you some of those special trainings that we put out, and they'll teach you what you need to know. And of course, managing risk is about position size based upon volatility. So we've got that potential short trade underway. Remember, the inverse fund for the NASDAQ 100, the short, that is the one-time inverse fund where you're not taking too much risk with any of those leveraged ones, is PSQ for the S&P 500 SH. So we've initiated those practice trades. We will move now from the negative to the positive. What do we see going on with 20-year bonds? Well, up for the day, 1.15%, still below the 200 EMA, so we're not entering any long positions yet. Still looking for potential short opportunities. Hopefully bonds will keep going up though, and we can go long soon. The 2-day owned bonds is up. The weekly owned bonds still down. And again, way below that 200 EMA, even on the weekly. So we'll continue to wait, watch, and see as bonds move along. Let's see what's going on with gold. Gold up a little bit for the day. Hey, the first green candle we've seen in gold in a long time. A little spinning top back in the late June, but really we got to go all the way to June the 22nd before we see any green up candle. So has gold bottomed out? I have no idea. Not banking on that, but that would be great to see. I'm ready to go long in gold. Had fun shorting it, but ready for it to go long. When we look at where we are on the 2-day on gold, it is still negative. And we look at the weekly on gold, it is still negative. So the only bright light is at the end of the day on this Wednesday when we had some up movement in gold. Who knows what that means, but we'll be ready one way or the other. Everything down on gold still, except that one candle. Now, lastly, we will move on to Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? Well, down in the morning, up some in the afternoon, 1.97% for the day. Doesn't mean that Bitcoin's not still languishing. We look at it on our 2-day chart. we can see again, we've not tapped that low again yet, but we're not too far from it. Still negative on the STC there. And of course on the weekly, still quite negative too. Not reached the low from the most recent low during the week of the 27th of June. But again, Bitcoin, all those cryptocurrencies still languishing. We'll be here though when they turned around. I'm not going to say if and when. When they do, we'll be positive. We'll be here ready to go. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Wednesday. And we've got 2 more days for success this week. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.